Presentation of colors will be given by Buffalo Soldiers.
Pose, colors. Present, hook. Order, hook.
The national anthem will be sung by Rudy Grant.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, who brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombers standing there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Gunnar Henry, Sala Butner, Amelia Borer, and Evie Zidzik from Academy Sandoval School, Denver, Colorado.
Join us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll get a picture. Stand right there. Who's the correct? Okay. Mr. Kohler, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt. Becker J. Becker K. Brown. Buck. Buckner. Carver. Conti. Coram. Representative Don Coram. Court. Danielson. Del Grosso. Dorr. Duran. Esgar. Everett. Fields. Foote. Garnett. Janal. Hamner. Humphrey. Joshi. Kagan. Kaiser. Klingenschmidt. Kraft-Tharp. Landgraf. Lawrence. Lebstock. Lee. Lontine. Lundeen. McCann. Melton. Mitch Bush. Representative Mitch Bush. Moreno. Navarro. Neville. Nordberg. Babone. Pedersen. Primavera. Priola. Rankin. Ransom. Rosenthal. Rupe. Ryden. Sane. Salazar. Zayas. Singer. Tate. Thurlow. Tyler. Present. Van Winkle. Behill. Willett. Williams. Wilson. Windholz. Winter. Young. And Madam.
Here. With 65 present, a quorum is present. Representative Kaiser.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the reading of the Journal of Thursday, February 19th, 2015 be dispensed with and that it be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You've heard the motion that the journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. No. Motion passes barely. Announcements and introductions. Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For members of public health care...
Representative Primavera, would you give me 2 minutes here? Or maybe 2 seconds? Just a second. Could we have some order, please? Thank you. Representative Primavera, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The only ones that really need to listen are members of the Public Health Care and Human Services Committee. We have one bill up upon adjournment today. That's House Bill 1018.
Are there other announcements and introductions? Representative Janal.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to welcome the Colorado Dental Association, who's here today. Drop by room 112. They're going to have lunch for us all, and I'm sure it'll be good. And I think you got gifts on your desk with little toothpaste and toothbrushes, because oral health is so important to our overall health. So welcome, Colorado Dental Association.
Representative Mitch Bush.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. It is Friday, and it's supposed to dump up in the mountains this weekend. So if you haven't already made your ski plans and you've been thinking about it, go for it, because there's going to be a lot of snow. It will be some tough driving, but it will be worth it, especially at Vail, like nowhere on earth, at Beaver Creek, home of the world's Birds of Prey downhill course, and of course my own hometown ski area, set up by ranchers a long time ago for their kids. The best tree skiing in the world, Steamboat.
Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members of the State Veterans and Military Affairs Committee, I wanted to remind you there is a ceremony today at 2 o'clock in room 271 for the gold medal presentations for the Civil Air Patrol. So if anyone's able to stay a little bit late today, I think it would be well worth attending that ceremony. Also want to remind the committee that we are going to have a very, very full agenda on Monday, and so just plan on being here maybe a little later than usual. Thank you.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I just wanted to add something to what Representative Mitch Bush pointed out. If you're planning on skiing the area on I-70, be sure to take your sleeping bags because you're probably going to be camping out more than you're skiing. If you want to invest less money, less travel time, and find less people, there's more fun at Monarch where there are no crowds, no lines, and no tunnels. Just ski Monarch. Thank you.
Representative Buckner. Oh, Representative Fields.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. Good morning, colleagues.
Members, excuse me, Representative Fields. Could we have your attention, please?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As you know, February is Black History Month. And so today I'm pleased to let you know that we're going to be honoring Black cowboys, ranchers, and farmers. You know, when I think about why we and I celebrate Black History Month, for me it was because I wasn't quite sure if my history was stolen or if it wasn't revealed. As you know, African Americans, we came from Africa, and so we were taken from that country, that continent, and we were brought here. So I never had a true understanding of my roots and my legacy because I felt like that part of me was stolen. And when I went to high school, I had very little knowledge or information about Black history. In fact, the only information I remember getting was about slavery. And it wasn't until I went to college, really. When I went to college and they had African American studies and Black studies is when I truly understood the depth and the contributions of African Americans. So we celebrate Black history for a variety of reasons. One is because of the contributions that we've made to this nation as it relates to science, as it relates to education, as it relates to enterprise, and what we've done to settle the West. So today we're really proud to honor and pay tribute to cowboys and to farmers and to ranchers. On your desks you will see a little trifold here, and there's two people that I want to acknowledge specifically. And there's so many people that we can acknowledge as it relates to cowboys, farmers, and ranchers, but these are two people who have planted a seed in my heart. And so I'm going to start with Paul W. Stewart. Paul Stewart is the founder and the creator of the American West Museum and Heritage Center. It's a museum that's located in Five Points neighborhood, and Stewart has dedicated his life in researching and spreading the history as it relates to Black cowboys and pioneers that settled the West. If you have a chance to visit his museum, it would be a great place to visit. In fact, where the museum is, the first female doctor in the state of Colorado used to live in that house. And there's a lot of artifacts there that I think you would enjoy seeing. So Mr. Paul Stewart is ill. He's not able to be here, but let's still give him a hand of applause, just acknowledging his contribution. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. You are in our hearts and our prayers. The next tribute I'd like to present is to Mr. Lou Fasson. And the reason he's so special to me is I'm a city girl. So I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, and I really did not know what it was like to attend a rodeo until I came to the state of Colorado. And so Lou Fasson has been putting on the Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo for over 31 years. Don't you think that needs an applause? And if you know anything about the legacies of cowboys, it was at a time where they weren't invited to participate in any of the invitational rodeos that were taking place across the nation. So what Lou Fasson wanted to do is to make sure that the skills and the talent of black rodeo folks could have the opportunity to display their talent. And so because of him, I have grown an appreciation for the rodeo. And when I go to the Bill Pickett Rodeo, when I see the skill and the talent of so many of those athletes, I'm really proud. So please, let's acknowledge Lou Fasson. I think we're going to take a quick recess because we have another speaker.
Yes. The House will come to brief recess so that we can hear from former member. And members, it is a great pleasure to introduce former Speaker Terrence Carroll, my very favorite speaker because he was the speaker when I entered this body and has provided a great example for me and for so many others. And thank you for being here, and we look forward to hearing your remarks today.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I didn't think I would be standing back in this well anytime in the near future or ever at all again, because once I left 4 years ago, I tried to pretend like I didn't know where the Capitol was, and for the most part, I've been rather successful at that. I don't think it's been this many cowboys in here in one time since Wes McKinley left the legislature, but it's absolutely wonderful to see that many. Well, there's someone this side, but on that side, that haven't been. But I'm not getting into that. I do want to thank Representative Fields for honoring the legacy and history of black cowboys, ranchers, farmers today. And I didn't really plan on speaking until she saw me last night at about 7 p.m. and she says, well, you're going to have to speak today. And you don't really say no to Representative Fields very easily. And if you do, she just stays on top of you. So I'm just going to be very brief because I do want to acknowledge the proud history that many of us who still continue to try to perpetuate the legacy and history of black cowboys, the shoulders that we stand on, and the history that we're party to. No one exactly knows at what point in history folks stopped talking about black cowboys, ranchers, farmers, and their contribution to the development of the American West. It may have been the first Western movie. I don't know if it was John Wayne or Gene Autry, although I do like all those Westerns on the Westerns channel on Encore, but somehow the contributions of people of color in the West were left out. And if it wasn't for folks like Mr. Paul Stewart and the Black America West Museum and Lou Fasson with the Bill Pickett Rodeo and others throughout the country, that history likely would have been lost. So I just want to mention the names of a few people that we don't hear much about in history books and that we should honor today, and they're long gone. Stagecoach Mary, known for being the roughest and baddest stagecoach operator and driver in the history of the American West. James Beckworth, and those of you who are from down in the Pueblo neck of the woods will know that James Beckworth helped founded the city of Pueblo. Bronco Sam, one of the greatest saddle bronc riders in the history of the professional rodeo cowboys, and who was not allowed to participate in primarily white rodeo events for the longest time. Jesse Stahl, Henrietta Foster. For the Buffalo Soldiers, Cathay Williams, the only African-American woman ever to serve in the Buffalo Soldiers because they didn't do physicals at the time to check whether you're a male or a female. So she found her way into the Buffalo Soldiers and served in the 9th United States Cavalry. Bill Pickett, for those of you who like the rodeo, there'd be no bulldog, steer wrestling without Bill Pickett. And I don't know why someone would jump off a perfectly good horse. I've been off my horse a few times, but not to go wrestle down a steer. But why would you jump off to bite it in the tongue and pull it down to the ground? But now we have a great rodeo event. Bass Reeves, a former United States Marshal. In fact, the only African-American United States Marshal in the Old West. Matthew Bones Hooks, another great rodeo cowboy. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Deerfield, Colorado, out in those of you in Weld County know exactly where it is, one of the premier African-American townships that was ever settled in the Old West. Sadly, it fell away during the Dust Bowl, but it's very important that we remember that history. And if you look up above me, and I know that Representative Williams and Buckner and Melton and Fields honored Barney Ford last week. This state would not be what it is if it were not for the contributions of Barney Ford. So it's important that we continue to honor and uplift that history. And as I said before, I take it seriously. In the 109 years of the National Western Stock Show, I believe I've been told that I'm the first African American ever to serve on the executive committee of the National Western Stock Show. And so for me, it's very important to continue that history in the role that I have at the National Western. And I'm thankful that Representative Fields chose to do this day in the honor of part of our history that we should never forget, that we should always remember. And I expect Representative Duran, the Majority Leader Duran, will do something for the many vaqueros who served and worked and made the West what it is today. Thank you very much, and God bless you, and let's have fun out here today.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Speaker, and the House will come back to order. Representative Fields.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, please sit down, because there's some people here that I want them to stand up because of the contributions and the things that they do in our community. First of all, we have some folks here. I'd like to start with a recent winner. Michaela Neely, will you please stand? She is a national champion, and she's a card holder for the 2013 Burro Racing Champion, American Heritage Rodeo Champion of 2014 as well. Thank you for being here. She's a cowgirl. We're so proud of you. Then you also saw that we had the Buffalo Soldiers post the colors for us this morning, and then our flags. They're not here. Let's give them a hand as well. And I'd also like to introduce Thurston Neely. He has a ranch here in Colorado, and that's his daughter. Thank you. Then we also have Abe Morse here. He's a two-time qualifier of the PRCA National Circuit Finals, Rodeo Cowboy Hat Fits. And then we have Carlos Washington, a bull rider. I don't think he was able to make it with us today. And then we have Morris Mobeta Wade. Is he here? Thank you for being here. And let's see, also, before I introduce everyone that's here for this event today, let's also honor the Buffalo Soldier Motorcycle Club from the Mile High chapter, Greg Brewer, the president. Could you please stand? And so would everyone that's here to help us celebrate Black cowboys, ranchers, and farmers, will you please stand on both sides of the aisle? Welcome to the Capitol. We're so glad to have you here. And that includes you, Mr. Grant, our singer today. Thank you.
Representative Quorum.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Representative Fields, for bringing this forward. You know, in a former life, as a former PRCA contestant, I got to tell you, I'm honored to know a bunch of these people. One of the guys that when I was rodeoing, a couple of the guys that I got acquainted with, Fred Whitfield, world champion calf roper. Charlie Sampson, bull rider. I don't think there's ever been a better bull rider, more entertaining bull rider to watch than Charlie Sampson. I think the man defied gravity, but as a contestant, I'm going to tell you, we didn't see them as African American or black. We saw them as cowboys, somebody that you were proud to know, be a part of that situation. So I truly thank you for bringing this, and you know, just just keep it coming. Bring me more Fred Whitfields, Charlie Sampsons. You know, we're the old guys now, but there's new young athletes out there that can really be a part of the rodeo sport. So please encourage them to do so.
Representative Brown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and don't tell anybody, but I used to ride bulls. That explains it. Some of the best cowboys I've ever known, and I claim to be one, but some of the best cowboys I've ever known were black cowboys. Representative Fields, thank you for bringing this, and along with that, I think of Charlie Pride. My goodness, what a musician, and in country music. So thank you.
Representative Ruppe.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Representative Fields, for doing this today. In Colorado Springs, we are actually doing a fundraiser to build a memorial to the Buffalo Soldiers. And I'm very proud to share that with this delegation, and maybe we can get the word out when that actually opens. But I just want to let you know that it is an open invitation. They are Americans and they deserve to be honored, and I'm so proud of them. They'll come to any event that you want them to, and they show up with such enthusiasm, pride, dignity. I'm always proud to see them. So thank you so much for doing this, and I can't say enough. Thank you.
Representative Sane.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Speaker, and thank you so much for bringing this resolution forward. I had the pleasure of working with Charlie Sampson, and there's nothing that would stop him. He was like the bionic man. Nothing knocked him down. I remember one time the wind blew so hard, one of his ears fell off because a bull ripped it off. And he had a summer ear and he had a winter ear. And he had to use his winter ear for a while because the other one got damaged, I believe. So he was a great man, and there's so much the fabric of what made the spirit of the West, the hard work, and the go-get-it attitude that we're going to get it done. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. So thank you so much for bringing this forward.
Are there further announcements and introductions? Seeing none, the next order of business is third reading of bills, final passage, and thank you all so much for being here and participating in this event. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1048.
House Bill 1048 by Representative Williams, also Senator Balmer, concerning authority of the Commissioner of Insurance to adopt principle-based life insurance reserve requirements for life insurance policies.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1048 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1048 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Arndt, Representative Carver, Representative Arndt. Representative Arndt. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no noes, and 0 excused, House Bill 1048 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Representative Art is fined $3. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1187.
House Bill 1187, Representative Lebsaw calls Senators Garcia and Sonnenberg concerning mental health evaluations of licensed veterinarians conducted by a veterinarian peer health assistance program as ordered by the State Board of Veterinary Medicine.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1187 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1187 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Salazar. Close the machine. With 45 ayes, 20 noes, 0 excused, House Bill 1187 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 24.
Senate Bill 24 by Senator Sonnenberg, also Representative Ryan, concerning updates to the local government audit law to maintain consistency with audit standards.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 24 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 24 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Duran. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no noes, and no excused, Senate Bill 24 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 41.
Senate Bill 41 by Senator Holbert, also Representative Van Winkle, concerning a requirement that local governments regulate amateur radio communications in accordance with an existing federal preemption established by the Federal Communications Commission.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 41 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 41 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Lentine. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no noes, and no excused, Senate Bill 41 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1207.
House Bill 1207, Representative Melton, also Senator Todd, concerning the use of earphones while driving.
Mr. Assistant Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1207 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1207 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no noes, no excused, House Bill 1207 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1122.
House Bill 1122, Representative Fields, also Senator Cook, concerning limiting eligibility for parole in connection with amending certain provisions concerning the revocation of parole for certain inmates.
Mr. Assistant Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1122 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1122 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes and no excused, House Bill 1122 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1174.
House Bill 1174 by Representative Carver, also Senator Woods, concerning the confidentiality of personal information for participants in the Address Confidentiality Program in connection with protecting victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking.
Mr. Assistant Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1174 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1174 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 excused, House Bill 1174 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Assistant Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over House Bill 1137 to Monday, February 23rd.
Seeing no objection, House Bill 1137 will be laid over until Monday. The House will stand in brief recess. The House will come back to order. Members, we'll go ahead with our final announcements and introductions. We're awaiting a Senate joint resolution, and it should be here fairly soon, but I know everybody's anxious to get out, so if you will prepare your final announcements, we will take them now. Representative Court.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The sergeants just informed me that our gates that open to and from our circle parking aren't working properly. They're working on it right now. If one of your aides is using your car, can't get back in, they got to push the button to talk to the State Patrol. I assume none of you is driving away right now since we're still on thirds, but they hope to have it fixed by the time we do get out of here. But the sergeants just wanted you to be aware that they're not working quite properly at the moment. You can still push the button, though, and get in and out. But we hope they'll be finished by noon. Thanks.
Any other announcements and introductions? And we will just sing a little song, do a little dance, and the resolution is on its way.
You got like on-hold music going?
Yeah. Introduction of resolution. Oh, message from the Senate.
Madam Speaker, the Senate has adopted and transmits herewith Senate Joint Resolution 9.
Introduction of resolution.
Senate Joint Resolution 9 by Senator Newell, also Representative McCann, concerning the establishment of February as Fibroid Awareness Month.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of SJR 9.
The motion is to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of SJR 9. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. That motion passes. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of SJR 9.
Senate Joint Resolution 9 by Senator Newell, also Representative McCann, concerning the establishment of February as Fibroid Awareness Month.
Excuse me for just a minute. We're in consideration of resolutions. Could we have some order, please? Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move Senate Joint Resolution 9 and ask that it be read at length.
Whereas fibroid tumors of the uterus are extremely common and cause significant health problems for women. And whereas fibroid tumors are the most common tumor of the female pelvis. And whereas each fibroid represents a mutation of a single uterine muscle cell. And whereas fibroids are almost always benign and are treated as benign until proven otherwise. And whereas, as a fibroid tumor grows, it can cause increased menstrual flow, worsening menstrual cramps, pelvic pain, pain with intercourse, and pelvic discomfort. And whereas about 80% of African American women and 70% of Caucasian, Hispanic, and Asian women develop uterine fibroids during their lifetime. And whereas fibroids are a significant economic burden to American society, costing $34 billion annually in the United States. And whereas open abdominal fibroid surgery causes the most lost work time, but minimally invasive fibroid therapies can minimize lost work time and reduce costs by 36%, resulting in up to $12 billion in annual savings. And whereas a woman, her family, and her employer can benefit from substantial savings if she undergoes a laparoscopic fibroid procedure. And whereas some new procedures are treating fibroids allow a return to work in as little as 2 days. And whereas the Fibroid Awareness Project is part of the Colorado Medical Society Advanced Physician Leadership Program, which seeks to increase value in healthcare. And whereas the mission of the Fibroid Project is to educate physicians and the public on the less invasive, less painful options for fibroid treatment. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the 70th General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the House of Representatives concurring herein, that we, the members of the Colorado General Assembly, hereby establish February as Fibroid Awareness Month to bring focus to and educate the public on informed choices about fibroid management. Be it further resolved that a copy of this joint resolution be sent to Governor John Hickenlooper, the members of the Colorado Medical Board, Porter Hospital CEO Randy Hafner, Colorado Medical Society Chief Executive Director Alfred Gilchrist, Swedish Medical Center CEO Mary M. White, and Skyridge Medical Center CEO Susan Hicks.
Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Please be seated. Thank you, members. This issue was brought to us by a woman who has been active in this area, the Fibroid Awareness Project. And the intent is to bring additional education and information about this issue, which many of us are not aware, and to educate the public about the problems of uterine fibroid tumors. So with that, I would ask for your approval of House Senate Joint Resolution 9. Thank you.
Is there further discussion on Senate Joint Resolution 9? If there is no objection to taking a voice vote, we will do that, and seeing no objection, the question is the passage of SJR 009. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. SJR 009 passes. Is there a motion relative to co-sponsors?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would move that the current roll call be added as co-sponsors of Senate Joint Resolution 9.
Thank you for your motion, Representative McCann. And the motion is that the current roll call be made the co-sponsors for SJR 9. See no objection, so ordered. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over the balance of the calendar until Monday, February 23rd.
You've heard the motion of the Majority Leader to lay over the balance of the calendar until Monday. See no objection, so ordered. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in a recess until 1 p.m. later today.
The motion is to stand in recess until 1 p.m. this afternoon. Members, we will adjourn at that time until Monday at 10 a.m. I will tell you that we've had some dire weather reports. I know you've heard them. Our plan is to convene on Monday. If we have to convene a little late, we will try to do that, but we are in the middle of our work here, and it would be good if we can meet on Monday. So I wish you a wonderful weekend, and please take care, particularly if the roads are bad. The motion is to recess. Seeing no objection, so ordered.